think our guests have joined. Sir, Namaskar. I think our guests have also joined.
Yes, yes. They have, both of them have joined. We can start.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Every day is a great day to learn something new. Namaste to one and all present here. I am Pooja Sharma, M Pharmacy final year. I'm really delightful and grateful to welcome you all. We all are gathered here for a very useful and informative webinar on career opportunities in pharmacovigilance. The webinar is being organized by the Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences in collaboration with the Industry Interaction Club Training and Placement Cell, Guru Jambheshwar University of Science and Technology, Hisar. I'm pleased to welcome and introduce our worthy guest speakers for today's webinar, Dr. Shivam Malhotra sir and Mr. Deepen Sharma sir. Dr. Shivam Malhotra sir has done MBBS and MD with specialization in pharmacology, and currently Malhotra sir is serving as a senior drug safety physician at Apcer Life Scinces, New Delhi, India. Mr. Deepen Sharma sir has done his master's in pharmacy with specialization in pharmaceutical chemistry, and currently Sharma sir is serving as a deputy manager at Apcer Life Sciences, New Delhi, India. Sharma sir has more than 10 years of experiences. I am pleased to welcome respected Dr. Sumitra Daya ma'am, Chairperson, Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Guru Jambheshwar University of Science and Technology, Hisar. Now I would like to welcome all the members of the Training and Placement Cell. Shri Pratap Singh Malik sir, Director, Training and Placement Cell. Shri Aditya Veer Singh sir, Assistant Director, Training and Placement Cell. Dr. Sunil Simar sir, Associate Professor, Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences, and also the member of Training and Placement Cell. Dr. Rekha Rao ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences, and member of Training and Placement Cell. Now, I would like to welcome all the faculty members present here, all the members of Industry Interaction Club, Training and Placement Cell, and all the dear students. Now, before we go on, I would like to invite Dr. Rekha Rao ma'am to give a brief introduction of our department, the Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences.
Dr. Rekha, please unmute.
Thank you, Pooja. A very good afternoon to all the students, our guests of today, Mr. Deepen, Dr. Shivam, Pratap sir, and all the student TP members. As you all know, and Pooja has shared with you all, that we have gathered here for this webinar of today, which is on pharmacovigilance. And we all know the India and abroad, we all are celebrating Pharmacovigilance Week nowadays. And as a part of this celebration, we have planned for this webinar. So, on the behalf of our department, I would like to brief our department. Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences was started way back in the year 1995. Since its establishment, over the years, department have emerged as a reputed institution providing education in pharmacy, and our department is ranked 27th as per NIRF ranking 2021. Our department offers undergraduate degree to post-graduation in pharmaceutics, pharmaceutical chemistry, pharmacology, and pharmacognosy, along with doctoral research. Department is imparting quality education and research with a team of 14 regular faculty members and 7 contractual teachers and non-teaching staff. Most of our faculty members are doctorate with excellent research profile, and under the leadership of revered faculty members, in the last 5 years, our department has documented number of publications as well as patents and research projects. Departments keep on organizing seminars, workshops, and conferences on different themes. Recently, our department has produced 85 doctoral fellows and 45 students are currently pursuing PhD from our Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences. Besides that, our students have access to major sophisticated instruments which is necessity for pharmacy students from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Central Instrumentation Laboratory, which is one of the major assets of our university. Our department also have central library, which is having ample number of books, journals, as well as magazines. Our alumni are serving as health professionals in various government organizations, public and private health sectors within and outside India. So this is the brief of our department, that is Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Guru Jambheshwar University of Science and Technology. I am coordinating training and placement cell. Pratap sir is here, director TP cell. Under the supervision of Pratap sir, TP cell and pharmaceutical department keep on organizing numerous events, and industry interaction program is one of the major feature of training and placement cell, because pharmaceutical department, the students which are getting education over here, for them it is very necessary to get an exposure of the industry working. And as we all know, pharmacovigilance is an upcoming area or arena in which pharmacy professionals, they opt for going. Keeping this in mind, we have planned for this lecture, and Mr. Deepen and Dr. Shivam, I'm very happy. They humbly got agreed for this webinar, and I again welcome you all on the behalf of Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences as well as Guru Jambheshwar University of Science and Technology. I think we can continue with the webinar.
Thank you so much, ma'am. As suggested by the Rekha ma'am, that we are here for a webinar on pharmacovigilance. So now we are going to start our webinar, but before starting, I would like to throw some light on today's topic of discussion. National Pharmacovigilance Week in our country, India, is celebrated from 17th of September to 23rd of September, and it was celebrated for the first time at AIIMS Bathinda in 2021. In India, pharmacovigilance is an emerging field, and keeping this in mind, we have planned this webinar so that our students can have a knowledge about this field. The main objective of pharmacovigilance is to improve the patient safety and well-being of the population by monitoring the adverse reactions associated with the medicines and thereby reducing the risk which can be used to happen by the use of medicines. Now, without further delay, I would like to invite Pratap sir to welcome our guest speakers before the starting of the seminar.
Thank you, Pooja. So, because we are already late in listening the expert talk by our both the speakers, so I won't take much time. So, Mr. Deepen Sharma ji and Dr. Shivam Malhotra ji, on behalf of entire Guru Jambheshwar University of Science and Technology, Hisar, I extend my heartiest gratitude and welcome for your valuable time which we have spared for our students, because we believe that however updated our academic curriculum may be, but there is always a you can say requirement of such interactions in which people like you who are actually working in this field, and they can come and they can interact with our students regarding what are the latest trends and technology in this area. So for this very purpose, we have basically planned this event, and this industry interaction club, as mentioned by Dr. Rekha Rao also, this club is working for entire university with the coordination of department specific coordinators. We keep on holding such type of seminars and webinars in which industry people, or you can say industry experts, they physically come to the campus or they join in the online mode, and they basically interact with our students so that our students are updated at each and every moment. So this is the purpose of this industry interaction club, which is running under the mentorship of TNP cell. And as well as our pharmacy department is concerned, so this department has always been very, you can say, active in holding such type of seminars. So I would like to appreciate the efforts of entire pharmacy department, as well as all the coordinators of this club, especially Monica Sihag, who is the coordinator of this club, Ashok Jangda, joint coordinator, and Divya Mohan, who is the department coordinator. And I also express my appreciation as well as thanks to Dr. Rekha Rao and Dr. Sunil also, who have basically planned and who have talked to our speakers for their time. So without taking much time, my thanks again to one and all present in today's webinar, because 87 participants are present in this webinar. So it automatically itself shows the, you can say, enthusiasm of our students. So with these words, again, my thanks. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, without further delay, I would like to invite our today's guest speakers to share their knowledge and experiences and guide us regarding the pharmacovigilance and various career opportunities in pharmacovigilance.
Yeah, thanks, Pooja. And I would like to first say thanks to everyone who has participated in this forum, and it will definitely be a fruitful session for all of you. So about me, what's your name, Pooja? You have introduced me the way which I even can't introduce myself. So you have tell everything about me. So I will just briefly tell you that I am just working in Apcer Life Sciences as a deputy manager. So my experience is almost 10 plus years, and previous to Apcer Life Sciences, I was working in Ranbaxy, and in Ranbaxy, I was working as a trainee during my thesis submission part. So I joined there at that time only, because I got the opportunity. At that time, I was not aware what is pharmacovigilance and all. So currently as well, I am sure there is some, light to be, shown to the students that pharmacovigilance is also one of the field. But as due to the internet facility, or as the awareness are increasing, so this field is now little bit more knowledgeable, or more students are aware of this field. But at that time, if I talk about in past 10 years, so it was not very much famous field as well. So when I got the opportunity to join in pharmacovigilance, so I was having doubt, and my batchmates were also thinking, what is that, why he's going into that field and all. But later on, my batchmates who went into the other departments more or less were more inclinated about coming back to in the pharmacovigilance. I'm not saying that they are not at the good place now, but some of them also wanted to switch back to the pharmacovigilance. So in a nutshell, I would say this is the good field to opt on. So although it's totally, different if somebody is having dream of handling with the chemicals and doing some research. So this field is not about that. It require the pharmacy background, pharmacy knowledge that will help you in your career in industry. But you need to forget about the what you have done in your laboratory, animal handling, or dealing with the compounds and all. So this field is totally different. So that is the main thing I would like to say. So going back about myself, so I am Deepen Sharma. So I have done M Pharmacy from Balaji College of Pharmacy, Jaipur, and I have done my B Pharmacy from Maulana MMU University, which was the previously under the Kurukshetra University. I was the last student. I mean, we were from the last batch, which was under the Kurukshetra University. At that time, Dr. Rekha was our teacher. So she has taught us very in a good way. She was the very favorite teacher of all students because she is incredible in teaching, and she makes your concept very clear. So I have a lot to talk about the ma'am, so I will not waste everyone's time here. And okay, so I think I have also taken much of your time. So I would like to invite Dr. Shivam. He will introduce about him, and after that he will take you through the some slide for the today's session. So yeah, over to you, Dr. Shivam.
Thank you so much, Deepen. Very good afternoon, everyone present in this call. And I'm very thankful that you invited me to speak about this subject. My name is Dr. Shivam Malhotra, and I have 7 years of clinical experience. And while working in hospitals, working in clinics, working in various online teleconsultation setups also, I realized that there is another field that is called pharmacovigilance, and it is an upcoming field, and we will discuss that in the slides also. And when I took it, again, all my friends were working in the hospital, but when I took it, because this is something that you will do in front of your laptop, just like Deepen said, you won't be handling any reagents or chemicals, I wouldn't be seeing any patients, but our work is very critical, and our work will help determine the adverse safety profile of the drug, because the stronger data we provide, the better we will know that okay, this drug has this side effects, and it will help my fellow doctors to prescribe better drugs with lesser side effects. So with that note, I would like to show you some slides, and we'll just have a quick discussion regarding those, and hopefully everybody will get to understand what is pharmacovigilance and how it is useful for us. I hope my screen is visible. Please confirm once.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. So our today's topic is career opportunities in pharmacovigilance, and we will both be going through it. I'll go through the basic concepts about what is pharmacovigilance, why it is required, and then Deepen Sharma will actually go into the depth of what are the different career opportunities that you guys can opt for once you go into pharmacovigilance. So it's not just like there is only one straight path you enter pharmacovigilance. This is an industry. There are a lot many divisions in this industry, and you can make a career out of any one of those divisions. So let's go into that. So introduction to pharmacovigilance. So first, let us understand what is medicine safety. So Moilere has given a very good quote that to undergo treatment, you have to be very healthy, because apart from your sickness, you have to withstand the medicine also, right? So as we can see, every medicine has some sort of or the other side effects. So not only do you have to withstand the illness, you have to withstand the side effects also. That is how why you should be very healthy. So first we need to understand why what medicines are and what is the risk benefit of these medications, and few misconceptions about medicines. One misconception, everybody feels that medicines are safe. No, it is not true. Medicines are not safe at all. If you don't give the proper dosage, if you don't give it at the appropriate time, it might be that you can do more harm than benefit to the patient. Approved medicines are safe. So FDA has approved this medicine, or our Indian council has approved this medicine, so clearly this medicine must be safe. Again, no, a big no. That is not true. As the medicines are given to more and more patients, thousands, tens of thousands, lakhs of patients take the medicine, gradually the side effects and what all are happening with the medicine, this data keeps coming to us. So we will know, okay, this, there is a rare chance that this might happen, that might happen. No medicine is safe. That is also wrong to say that no medicine is safe. Of course, there are safe medicines. I'm sure many times before this, you have taken medicines, you've not experienced any side effects. So just to give a blanket statement that everything is safe or everything is unsafe would be wrong. The right answer would be that no medicine is without risk. There is always an anticipated risk, and when a doctor prescribes something to a patient, they see what is the benefit and the risk ratio, if which we will discuss in the next slide. So here is the risk and benefit balance of medication. If benefit is much more than the risk, then it is an acceptable risk, and I as a physician would be willing to take that risk, that okay, I will prescribe these 2-3 medicines, and even though it might be risky that one medicine might react with other, or this medicine has some side effects, but the benefit that the patients will have is much more than the risk, so that I can safely prescribe this medicine. On the other hand, if the benefit is less and the risk is more, then it is an unacceptable scenario for me, and I would not prefer to prescribe such a medicine. So our job as a role of a pharmacovigilance specialist is to weigh out these scales on a everyday basis. Every day we need to see that, okay, it might be that earlier, when during the phase of clinical trials, when only few hundreds or few thousands patient were given, we thought that okay, this medicine is beneficial. But later on, slowly when medicine got approved, it got into the market, and when lakhs of patients took it, then we understood, okay, this side effect we missed, this side effect we did not see in our group, but now it is coming. So slowly there can be a chance that the benefit will become less and the risk will become more, and this drug will is now unacceptable, and we will stop prescribing it. This is how science evolves. Medical science is not different from that. Whenever we get new information, new data, we change our stance of what we understand of it right now. So your question must be that how is this benefit risk analyzed? What is pharmacovigilance exactly? I'm just giving general information right now. So the World Health Organization, it defines pharmacovigilance as the science of activities relating to the detection, assessment, understanding, and prevention of adverse effects or any other medicine related problem. So not only do we have to assess that okay, whether this adverse reaction was with our drug or not, we need to detect it first. We need to understand, okay, was it due to medical history of patient, or was it due to some a side effect because of our drug, or is it a side effect of some other drug? Understand the situation of the patient, and then finally prevent it in other patients. The this patient has experienced the side effect. I am sorry, I can't do anything about that, but what I can do is I can collect this data, and I can store this data and utilize it further, so that new patients or other patients are not exposed to the same side effect. So this is my funnel of pharmacovigilance. Basically, first we have to understand, first we have to detect, then we have to assess, then understand, and then prevents the adverse event. So in total, once all these things come together, we make pharmacovigilance. And this is a very famous example. Some of you might be aware of this also. In 1957, a tranquilizer was launched, and the first reports of birth tranquilizer was launched, which was given to pregnant women, and there was no safety data for that. But first reports of birth defects came in 1959, with 13 reports of birth defects in 1961. So if you see in the next 2 years, there were reports coming that some adverse reaction is occurring, some birth defects are occurring in suddenly in many children, but they didn't understand what was happening. So in the next 2 years, from 59 to 61, they understood, okay, it is this drug thalidomide that we are giving to pregnant patients that is causing such severe malformations in the children. And this drug was shortly withdrawn afterwards, and 10,000 effects were affected by phocomelia. Phocomelia is when the limbs, the long limbs, become very, very short. The bones are missing in those long limbs. So about 10,000 infants were affected by this. Infants who were not even born, no mistake of their own, just because we did not have sufficient data to prevent this disaster. So this is what it happened. And no teratogenicity was detected in tests during clinical trials and prior to launch. So during the clinical trial, it was seen that, okay, this drug is very safe, nothing is happening. And even in prior to launch, till the data was collected, everybody thought that this is a safe drug, it can be given to pregnant women. But when lakhs of women were exposed to that, it was noticed that out of lakhs or tens of lakhs, a few hundreds or thousands can have this side effect. And 10,000 ultimately infants were affected by this phocomelia. How do I remove this? Anyway, so why do we need pharmacovigilance? What is the use of pharmacovigilance? So like we said, first point number one, it would be the humanitarian concern. So there is insufficient evidence of safety from clinical trials, animal experiment, and phase 1 to 3 study prior to marketing authorization. So even after the drug is marketed, it is still under our scrutiny, and we are constantly looking at it so that side effects that were not seen earlier can be detected, and other patients can be prevented or can be saved from having this side effect. Second, pharmacovigilance also helps in clinical development of medicines. So if I am seeing in phase 1, 20 to 50 healthy volunteers are given the drug, phase 2, 150 to 350, phase 3, 250 to 1000. So in all these phases, and phase 4 is after it is approved and it goes into the market. So in all these phases, pharmacovigilance is deeply integrated so that we prevent any side effects in other patients. For example, if we detected that this drug is very unsafe in phase 1 or phase 2 only, we won't even go till phase 3. So pharmacovigilance prevented these 250 to 1000 more patients from being exposed to a dangerous drug. So this is our job. And why such a thing happens? Why do we even need pharmacovigilance? Like I always said, a small number of patients are studied, and the population is also very restricted. We have an inclusion or exclusion criteria, and depending on that, this is done. So can I clear this? Anyway, so depending on that, the patients are included. Then narrow indication, I am only giving for paracetamol for fever, but it can be some patient is taking it paracetamol for joint pain, some is taking for stomach pain. So when the drug goes into the market and a lot of people take for different indication, there can be side effects that were not seen earlier. And short duration of drug exposure, clinical trial usually lasts for a few years only, but drugs are that once that come into the market, they last for decades. So in decades, we will definitely get more data that we did not see earlier. Reason number two, medicines are supposed to save lives, right? Medicines are supposed to save life. They are not supposed to cause more harm in the patient. So dying from disease is sometimes unavoidable. We can't do anything, but dying from a medicine is unacceptable. So our job is to prevent such a thing from happening. In the USA, adverse drug reactions were the 4th to 9th commonest cause of death since 1994. If I just hold on.
Try to erase it, Dr.
Yeah,
Shivam.
I can't. I'm trying.
There were option coming, or you can use this white pen, or try to
This option.
yes, change the color of pen white.
No.
No.
I think I can stop and share again, maybe.
Share
Yes,
it
yes.
again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope it is visible now. Yes.
So students in the okay. So in the meantime, just wanted to ask you, just be comfortable, and if you want to just discuss any slide again, or you want to see any slide again, just request Dr. Shivam. He will back the slide as well.
Yes. Please feel free to interrupt. I'll be very happy to clear anyone's doubt.
And
So
make it as a discussion. It's not like a lecture which is taught. Try to make your learnings, try to absorb some points or something from the discussion. Okay, over to you, Dr. Shiv.
sure. So yeah, like Deepen said, it should be an interactive discussion. This is not a lecture. I'm just giving you a brief introduction of what pharmacovigilance is, so that when you are joining the industry, or if you wish to join the industry, at least you know what it is before you join it, right? So moving on to the slides. In the USA, adverse drug reactions were fourth to sixth commonest cause of death in 1994. And in the UK, it has been suggested that adverse drug reaction may cause 5,700 deaths per year. So you see how like these things are avoidable, right? We can try to minimize this data as much as possible so that the patient safety is ultimately improved. And finally, point number 3, adverse drug reactions are expensive. Cost to drug, because if I am giving a patient a drug and then he has a side effect to that drug, and then the patient is hospitalized for 2 more days in the hospital, so he has to bear the cost of the hospitalization, more medicines, more lab tests, everything else for those extra days. So these adverse drug reactions are expensive, and the cost to drug related morbidity mortality exceeded dollar 177.4 billion in 2000, right? Not even only million, 177.4 billion dollars. So this is the cause of drug related morbidity, not because of any disease, but because of the drugs we are giving to prevent or treat that disease. And adverse drug related reaction related cost to the country exceeds the cost of medication themselves, right? My medicine is only 30 or 40 rupees, but after the side effect that is happening because of that medicine, I have to go to the hospital and give tens of thousands of rupees. So this cost is much more than what the medicine themselves. So we should try to focus our attention to reducing all these 3 reasons. Reason 4, 5, and 6 are minor reasons, but still it promotes the rational use of medicine and adherence. It ensures public confidence. A lot of people will be confident that okay, this drug is safe. And finally, ethics, to know that something is harmful to other person who does not know, and not telling is unethical. So if I know that my drug can cause this side effect, it is my responsibility that when I am prescribing this medicine to the patient, they should know what side effects are expected and what is not expected. So this is also an ethical issue that comes, and it is a need of every country, because every country has different drug production mechanisms. They have different distribution, different genetics, different diet, different tradition of the people. Like they might use herbal remedy that can interact with the medicine, and pharmaceutical quality and composition. So all these things are different in every country. So every country has their own set of rules and regulation on how to regulate these drugs, and so that it is safe for their population. WHO launched a global program for international drug monitoring in 1968, and it is located in Uppsala, Sweden. And it is the collaborating center for maintaining the global adverse drug reaction database, VGBase. So like we said, every country is maintaining their database. Then finally, all the database is collated by WHO into one global database called the VGBase. And this is the largest database of adverse drug reaction. So what the function it will do, it will identify early warning signals of serious adverse drug reaction to medicine. It will evaluate the hazard, and it will undertake research on mechanisms of action to aid development of safer and more effective medicine. So these 3 things will happen due to such data that is being collected by WHO. Now, one definition that I will go into just briefly is adverse event and adverse drug reaction. Adverse event is anything that will happen after taking a drug. I took a medicine, then I fell down the stairs. So does it mean that the medicine made me fall down the stair, or does it mean that I somehow slipped and fell down the stairs? Right? So if the medicine has caused it, then it is called adverse drug reaction. But if it is unrelated to the medicine, just something that happened, then we call it as adverse event. So this is one basic difference. In pharmacovigilance, we only take and only describe the adverse drug reactions. We don't talk about adverse events as such. And some events are very serious, which we need to report to the company, like serious ADR, life-threatening, hospitalization, disability, death, congenital anomaly, medically important event. So if such a thing happened, then we can say, yes, the adverse drug reaction was serious. And if it is unexpected, we did not expect that such a serious reaction will occur with this drug, then certainly such a thing needs to be reported to the in an expedited manner to FDA or to IPC, wherever we need to send our client is, or wherever our company is, and wherever the drug is being marketed. So that country needs to that country's pharmacovigilance center needs to be informed that this adverse reaction is happening with this drug. I know this is a very dry subject, everybody must be tired, but trust me, we are almost there. Oh, just few more slides. So when we make a valid report or valid case, it needs to have four basic things. Without this, we cannot say that the case is valid, or case can be sent to the proper authorities for reporting. It should have a patient, it should have a drug, it should have a reaction, and it should have a reporter, somebody who is telling about the reaction. So once all these four things are present in a case or in the information that we get, we say that this is a valid case. So it is a valid case report. And finally, who should be reporting these things? Like, okay, you also noticed adverse drug reaction. Can you report, or it is only job of Deepen and me that we should report it to the authorities? Anybody who is taking this medicine, who is prescribing this medicine, who is administering this medicine, can do a report of this adverse drug reaction. It can be healthcare profession, it can be marketing authorization holder, even the company themselves. Sometimes they find out data, some patient calls them and they tell that I had a reaction with your medicine. So even the company can report that, okay, I have information that this drug also causes this reaction. Patients and their relatives, the nurses, and pharmacists also, who are, if a pharmacist is giving a medicine and next time patient comes to the pharmacist, they say that this medicine caused this side effect. So definitely the pharmacist can also report to the concerned authorities. So this was a quick basic of pharmacovigilance. Now Deepen will continue with the career opportunities in pharmacovigilance. Over to you, Deepen.
Okay, thanks, Dr. Shivam. So, students, I hope you must got little bit about the pharmacovigilance, why it is necessary, what is the basic of pharmacovigilance. So, I will take you through the slides which show you the what is the career opportunities, how pharmacovigilance is divided into multiple fields. So the PV market has seen an exponential growth in terms of volume and revenue over the last 6-7 years. PV here stands for pharmacovigilance. The growth of accompanied by increased outsourcing of the PV operations to CROs and BPOs, which are now representing half of the overall market sharing in drug safety. So nowadays, in drug safety, or as we are, growing and everything is, at it, worst stage, pollution or the new diseases are coming in the market, like especially we have seen the COVID. So in drug safety or in the uh, business of the drug and patient safety is increasing every year. Okay, so this slide is overall about such information. A recent industry report forecast that the PV market will exceed $8 billions by 2024, with Asia Pacific alone anticipated exceeding $2.4 billion by the same year. So yes, so demand of medicine is going to increase in a very huge manner. Yeah, next slide, please, Dr. Shah. So major players in the markets are innovators, generic pharmaceutical companies, CROs, BPOs, and knowledge processing organizations. India being the hub of the many of these companies, the PV market is expected to reach at $668 million by 2024. Okay, so we are working in the KPOs, and there are BPOs, there are CROs, wherein there is the huge, demand of the pharmaceutical industries is increasing, and India is being the hub. So because there are various opportunity because of the following recent regulatory reforms, along with the low operating cost of the region, can be attributed to this growth in India. Okay, these are the reasons why the India is the next, hub for the drug development. Low operating cost in India, regulatory norms are not that much stringent like other countries. So next slide, please. Skills for a successful career in pharmacovigilance. A successful career in PV requires a combination of both technical as well as soft skill. So organizations have put in place established hiring plans for various roles within PV, and such plans require that the candidate meet these minimum requirements. The requirements increases with higher roles, and such requirements are explicitly described by the company human resources. So there are, to get into the PV job, you guys need some technical knowledge or the soft skill as well. But although these can be, given by the organizations as well, they also train their employees once they are the part of some organization, so that people can grow, people can achieve the next levels. So that will be covered in the next slide. What are those skills requirements? So there are three type of, aspect or the skills we can say in the people which should be there. First is the self-management, that covers the self-awareness. So accountability, we should be accountable for our, work, whichever the work has been assigned to us. So the industry expectation is that you should be taking the charge, you should be doing it on time. Okay, decisiveness means you are whatever the work is given to you, you are doing with your 100% effort. Creativity, you should not only be doing the, you know the work which has been assigned to you, you should be think out of the box, and you should be, using your brain, and you should not like doing the things like this only we need to do, we need to do 10 cases, then 10 cases are done, our job is finished. No, we should be, to get more responsibility, to get the, new learning. So we should also be doing our effort, and we should also be showing our creativity, and our, we should discuss some points with our supervisor or manager, so that they can have a trust in you, and they can, think about you, that you have some caliber, you are thinking out of the box. Patience is also needed. Like it should not be like this, we are working in industry for 1 year, now we should be switching to the other organization. Yeah, of course you will get the good hike, but that is not the thing the only thing which we should be looking about it. We should have little bit patience, and we should stick at least in an organization for the at least 2 years initially, so that we can get more learnings from there. And it also helps to show stability in your resume, that yes, you are a stable person, you are a trustworthy person. Because what happens is, when you join an organization, there are 6 months, I would say, wasted on you, just to train on you, and just you got to get adapted to the things which is expected from you. So it takes almost 5 to 6 months at least for the people to be acting as a resource to the company. Okay, so company also think about those things. If people are joining an organization and they are leaving within 1 year, so there is loss to the company, and people will not learn anything. So patience is also necessary. We should show the perseverance. We should be self development. We should take care of, or the company also take care of your work life balance. We should be ethical, we should be honest, we should have faith and confidence enough. So these are the self management thing. These things will not be taught by any organization. You guys are supposed to manage yourself. Okay, so next skill is about the people skill. So these are the skill on which you will be, getting the chance during your career path, like leadership skill, conflict management. These are a little bit after 3 or 4 years of your working. Emotional intelligence, that is also necessary. Your EQ. Okay, so credibility, influence. You should be setting the example to your teams. Once you are in team lead and above position, you should have the listening skills as well. We should not always be like ordering to our juniors. We should listen to them. We should also discuss their concern. Okay, negotiations, we should get them adopted. We should get them to settle down in if there is some conflict. So these are the things which we need to manage. Effective meetings, managing relationships with your colleagues, and yeah, mentoring and coaching of your juniors. So next skills are the business skills. So these are not of your use, but I would like to tell you, like critical thinking, okay, prioritizations, decision making, problem solving, finance, customer orientation, project management. These required once you have a experience of more than 8 years. Change management, innovation, transition management. So this was the overall, first is about the at the initial level. Next skills are required in the middle management, and next skills are required during the management and above type of duties or responsibility when we are dealing with. Next slide, please. Yeah, so pharmacovigilance functions and their these responsibilities. So basically, we have described here functional unit and key responsibilities. So the ICSR processing, ICSR means individual case safety reports. Okay, so ICSR processing include collection and triage of ADR as defined by Dr. Shivam in safety database. Safety database is a, I would say, a database. We say it safety database because it includes the safety information of the patient. We have two type of database in our organization. One is RSG and other is Argus. So depending on the client need, depending on client budget, depending on the bidding and all, it was decided which database should be preferred. Next is perform duplicate check, data entry or quality check of the cases. After that, data coded like adverse events and drug coding, causality assessments, follow-ups. After that, reconciliation or the reporting of the cases are done. So I will not go into the depth of each of these terminologies. It will take huge of your time. So these things are just for your information. So coming to the next point, which is literature search and review. So identification of biomedical literatures and lay press for the safety surveillance. So uh, whenever a companies outsource like Apcer for their molecule, they want pharmacovigilance activity to be conducted. Just suppose, for example, like uh, we have XYZ client, they are having their product like nitroglycerin. So for the nitroglycerin, they want us to do the PV activities. So for that molecule, there is a biomedical literature separate database which is used to run out the daily literature searches, so that with that molecule nitroglycerin, we would search the overall worldwide how many literature abstracts has been published. So those literature abstracts are pulled out and they are assessed for the further four valid criteria which Dr. Shivam has described in his previous slide. Identifiable patient, identifiable reporter, suspect product, which would be nitroglycerin, and any ADR happening to the patients. Like if somebody has taken nitroglycerin, he or she is having the ADR like less hemoglobin, or he is not getting any benefit of after taking nitroglycerin. So these kind of things we need to look out in the cases, and post that the cases are considered for further processing into the safety database. Literature review to identify AEs and ADRs for the ISSR processing, signal detection, and aggregate report preparations. So these terminology will also be a very huge description, so I can't discuss here because we have limitation of time. But I would like to touch upon the base for the signal detections, because this you will able to correlate now. And Dr. Shivam, you can add something if I missed to add. So you guys must have seen some labels coming out of your medication or syrups or leaflets which contains the information like with this medication you may develop, or there are some contraindication mentioned on that leaflet. So the signal detection activities is related to those points. If a signal, or if we identify like we from our data from the literature or from the spontaneous cases, signal means ADR which is coming very frequently for a drug, like for the nitroglycerin, it has been identified continuously. Just a hypothetical example, that patient hemoglobin is getting dropped, so it would be included on that leaflet, that with use of this medication you may uh, have drop in hemoglobin. So these kind of basic thing I am telling you. So there is the requirement, or how importance how important is the pharmacovigilance is in a nutshell, or I am just trying to make you learn. Okay, so yes, next activity is medical review. Here the like Dr. Shivam is there on the call. So the person with the doctorate, who is doctor, who is physician, is supposed to do the medical review of the cases, and he or she determines if the case is to be reported to the agency or not, if it is serious, if it is non-serious, and their judgment matters a lot. Okay, so which is why the companies has appointed the physician because they play a very important role in the pharmacovigilance. So they also prepares the RMPs and the signals, etc. Aggregate reports is basically the collective report of the cases or the ICSR which has been submitted to the agency. Agency can be like, for US it is FDA, or for UK it is MHRA. So there are different agency for different country, and that depend on the authorization of the product in which country it is. So we also, I mean, pharmacovigilance also covers the aggregate report preparation part. Okay, that also depending on the, how the age of the molecules, like it should be PABRA, or if it should be DSUR. These are the very broad terms. It also require the generation of line listing, which includes the 1 year data or 6 year data, depending on the requirements of the country, or depending on the molecule age. So these data are pulled out from the safety database, which we discussed here, and collectively they are evaluated. Okay, and depending on the frequency or the schedule of the particular reports are prepared. Okay, next slide is next column is about the signal detection, pharmacoepidemiology, and risk management. So Dr. Shivam, I think you can tell it better to the team. Signal detection.
Sure, Deepen. So basically, what a signal is that, say for example, I have a drug, and one patient reported that headache is occurring with your drug. So that is not a very strong association. Only one patient is saying that. But suddenly I see that second patient is also saying, third patient is also saying. So if a lot of patients are reporting headache after taking my medicine, so then it becomes a signal that yes, if so many people are having this side effect after taking your drug, so definitely it might be because of your drug only. And then this thing needs to be added to the labeling. What is a labeling? Labeling document is that document that is supplied with the medicine, or in the medicine box. If you see, not all medicines have it in India. We only get strips, but many times you will get a box also, in which there is a document that mentions that this information, these side effects can happen. So based on the signal detection, and if how many reactions are occurring with our drug, we can update this document that this adverse reaction is also expected to come, or that adverse reaction is also expected to come, and slowly that data will get increased. So this is actually a basic shortly signal. So it helps in the benefit risk assessment that we are discussing earlier. Yes, Deepen, you can continue.
Okay, yeah, Dr. Shivam. So next is labeling part. So the cases are labeled. I told you about there are some labels in with our medicines or bottles. So that labels are also with us, which are provided to us by the company for which we are doing the pharmacovigilance activities. So based on that labeling, in label, the cases are categorized. If it should be, sometime if patient is taking nitroglycerin, and patient is developing the anemia, and if it is mentioned in that label that anemia can occur to the patient, we will check from the label, and it should be considered as labeled event for that molecule. And if anemia is not mentioned in the product label, then the event will be considered as unlabeled. Or if an event is unlabeled and it is serious, so it should be submitted to the FDA within 15-day timelines of the identification of the case. Okay, so I know these are you must be not understanding these things much, but once you will be joining the industry, so you will get aware of these terminology and you will get adopted to these things. Next part is QPPV. So QPPV is the qualified person for pharmacovigilance activities. So this is also the opportunity wherein after a certain experience we can work like as a QPPV. What he do, he oversight the company PV system and processes, overview of the safety profile of the products, and communicating with the health authority as required, point of contact for health authority with respect to the company PV activities. Uh, like the FDA is the health authority, and they want to convey something about some company's PV system, or they need to interact with the some organization. Suppose some companies making the paracetamol, and FDA want to discuss with that company about the paracetamol. So the QPPV would be the point of contact for the FDA. They will not contact the person who XYZ working in the team at the post of director or something, but they need this information that who is the QPPV of this company. So this field is also, I mean, this job is also open to pharmacy people, so they can also join or work in on that position. So this was the whole about the pharmacovigilance function and their responsibilities. So next slide, please. So this slide is about the pharmacovigilance interface and functions. So here we have mentioned pharmacovigilance in the lower egg-shaped box, which covers the management, clinical research, okay, regulatory affairs, information technology, training and quality, manufacturing and supply chain, sales and marketing, external partner liaison, and this quality control and quality assurance and legal. So all these are the subfields which are the part of the pharmacovigilance only. Just for an example, you will say how information technology or IT is related to the pharmacovigilance. There are departments wherein like safety database, which I told you we have RSG and Argus. So they also need there are vacancy, they also need PV professional or pharmacovigilance pharmacy experts who can at the back end just help to the IT people to understand like if a drug needs to be the safety database, or how the indication should be also need who has only the knowledge of IT is not able to maintain the database, or at the back end they also need some pharmacovigilance background. So people from the pharmacy can also or join to the indirectly to the IT department as well. There are companies who maintains the database Oracle. So we can also contact or find the job there, or after working in the pharmacovigilance, if somebody want to shift to the IT department, they are also having opportunity to go to the IT field. Likewise, the this quality control and quality assurance, yes, we have the separate department who take cares of the quality of the entire process and helps in the audit. So the quality teams make sure that all the PV activities within an organization are done to as per the technical agreement which was between client and between the CRO, like we are working as a CRO. So they keeps on auditing the internal project as well. So if some person is not having the knowledge of pharmacy, or has no idea about the pharmacovigilance, so it will be difficult for them to understood the each minor things which auditor can ask during the audit. But if someone is having the proper background or knowledge about the pharmacovigilance, can be the part of the pharmacovigilance industry and work in a quality department or the quality assurance department. So it was the basic brief I provided you about the what are the various domains or what are the various splits inside the pharmacovigilance. So this pharmacovigilance is very broad term. It not only limited to the just processing the cases into the safety database and reporting them. It is beyond that. Okay, so I hope you guys, based on your interest, once you get a chance to join an industry based on your further interest, you can also switch to the any of these areas. Okay, so yeah, next slide. I guess it was the last slide. Yeah, thank you very much. And it was about the today's meeting. I think we are over 7 minutes over. So yeah, it's back to you, Pooja or Dr. Shivam, if you want to add anything.
I would just like to say that I hope we could make you understand what pharmacovigilance is, and just in a broad sense. And I hope some of you do join our industry. It is very interesting. Once you come, you will learn, and it might be that Deepen and I are completely involved in case processing, but that is not the only thing of pharmacovigilance. There are so many other things, and everybody needs pharmacists in every department. So you can join any one of these, and depending on your interest, you can proceed with your career and have a great career with pharmacovigilance. That's it from my end. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
so
everyone.
much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Really, it was a very informative webinar. Thank you so much, sir, for providing us with so much information and making us learn so many new things. Now, I would like to invite the students so that they can ask their queries.
Hello, good evening, sir. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Sir, my question is for Dr. Shivam.
Yes.
Sir, what are the current trend or what are the companies currently doing for managing the ADRs on a ground level?
So on a ground, you're talking about India or globally?
Yes, sir. India, sir.
So India does not have a very robust pharmacovigilance program. If you know that IPC Ghaziabad is what is responsible for collecting of ADRs. So in India, it is not it is a voluntary reports most of the times, that some patients feel that or some doctors feel that it is my personal responsibility, I should report these things. So they do that, and there are also pharmacovigilance centers spread all across the country. And even though we are working in a private organization, there are government organization PV centers that are there, and the doctors and or the patients or nurses, pharmacists, anybody can go and just let them know that this reaction I got, or even it can now be processed online. So on a ground level, I would say that right now it is not very robust in India. That is why also it is an emerging market. See, when there is a wave, you should always ride on when the wave is emerging, not when the wave is falling. So right now in India, the wave is emerging. If you surf on it, then you can reach very great height lengths.
Sir, actually, me and my colleagues have something to do with it, and we are developing some protocol for it too, for everyone. For example, like my friend had an upper lip surgery, and he had a swelling on it upper lips. We go to the doctor, and he prescribed us Allegra 120 medicine. And after taking that medicine, he had some breathing issues with it, but we didn't. Sir, हम उसके पास हमने उनको बताया नहीं किसी को, और after 20 minutes it will sorted out. but the company and the doctor and the pharmacy didn't know about it. So I think that is the flaw over here. तो वहीं से एक आइडिया मुझे आया था, उससे हम उस पे मैं और मेरे कलीग थोड़ा काम कर रहे हैं. अगर हम वो प्रोटोकॉल बना पाएं तो will surely help this pharmacovigilance sector.
Definitely. Reports, see, public generated reports is the only source of data that we have. अगर आप लोग ही हमें रिपोर्ट नहीं दोगे, हमें पता कैसे चलेगा कि साइड इफेक्ट्स हो रहे हैं, और हमें नहीं पता चलेगा तो दूसरे डॉक्टर्स को कैसे पता चलेगा. तो ओवरऑल देखे, पेशेंट ना रिपोर्ट करके वो अपना ही नुकसान करवा रहे हैं. So it is highly encouraged that you should send these reports over so that the data can be analyzed.
Or additionally, in India, it happens. Suppose हमने डिस्प्रिन खाई एक टैबलेट और हमारा सर दर्द ठीक नहीं हुआ, तो हम क्या सोचेंगे कि नकली मेडिसिन थी, या फिर हम सोचेंगे कि एक मेडिसिन और खा लेते हैं, है ना, या फिर हम सोचेंगे किसी दूसरी केमिस्ट से ले आते हैं, ये तो नकली बेचता है. तो ऐसा नहीं है, हमें उसे रिपोर्ट करना चाहिए. Whatever is next step, that is your choice, but what happened, it should be reported. So that government should also be little bit alert for Indians, and yes, it would be good for us.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Any other student who want to ask their queries, then you are welcome.
Good evening, sir. Sir, my question is that basically pharmacovigilance companies prefer candidates with diploma and the certified courses candidate. So what are the job opportunities after the pharma graduation in the field of pharmacovigilance?
Even after the you want to join the industry after the B Pharmacy, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, actually companies are getting most of the postgraduate resumes, so they will go for them first, unless until if somebody is having some experience, or unless until if somebody is having some good reference. So it is not like that they have clear defined, like they only need the M Pharmacy, but in a bulk, if everyone will be doing the M Pharmacy and you are the recruiter, so you will also be taking in your company M Pharmacy people, because they must be having the more knowledge and more maturity. So it is only like that. But there were some time when people were not doing much of the post graduations, so at that time it was easy for B Pharmacy student as well. But now industry expectation is there should the people should be M Pharmacy at least.
Sir, basically you mean to say some extra diploma courses or extra certification will help.
That can also help, like IPR people are doing in pharmacovigilance. Also, there are some company, I would say there are some institutes which are giving some training and courses. So yes, that can also help if somebody is not able to do the M Pharmacy.
Okay, sir.
Very nicely you have explained, Deepen, and of course Dr. Shivam. Both of you have given newer insights to me as well, and regarding pharmacovigilance, and very nicely you have explained in a simpler way, student-friendly way, regarding pharmacovigilance. Thank you so much.
Most welcome.
Thank you very much.
I think Divya Mohan want to say something.
Yes, sir.
Students would be asking their queries.
Okay. Yeah.
Sir, as in today time, the individual drug design is getting promoted. So, is what will have it? Will it have any effect on the pharmacovigilance sector?
You are talking about the targeted drug delivery, like
No. Individual drug that is designed for the individual person
Okay,
specifically.
okay.
Yes, yes.
यानी कि patient specific drug
Yes,
which are
yes, yes,
designed.
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So yes, that you mean to say that will minimize the risk and pharmacovigilance will be in trouble.
Yes, kind of. Yes. It will take a lot of time for that,
But
but
that
yes.
will also cost very much, and no everyone will not be able to afford that.
Yeah, and it will also take a lot of time for that
Yeah.
patient specific drug.
In a
Yes,
country
exactly.
like India, it is a lot much time will take for this to be
Yeah.
moving.
And sir, one more question. You told about the QPPV, persons qualified for the pharmacovigilance activities. So that I'm basically from I'm pharmaceutical chemistry background. So can I apply for that job or
You
someone?
cannot apply directly on any of these. These are not like the government open position, and there is nothing related to the sutics, pharmacology, pharmacognosy, or chemistry. I'm also from the sutics background, but
Okay.
industry talk about your experience, your knowledge, and your work.
Okay.
They also bother about only about your post graduation. They don't go into the how many percentage you got in your masters. So they only bother about just you have done post graduation, and if you are a topper, you have done good in academics, so they will not going to judge based on that yes, you are the best for us and we will only hire you. That will depend on your interview, and after that the only thing matter for them is your work, your accountability, your credibility, and your enthusiasm, your sincerity towards the work, your learnings, how can easily you can grasp the things. Okay, so these things only matter.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
सर मेरा एक क्वेश्चन था कि ड्रग मार्केट में आने से पहले ड्रग डिजाइन होती है, ड्रग डेवलपमेंट होती है, तो फ्रॉम द सार ऑफ द ड्रग स्ट्रक्चर एक्टिविटी रिलेशनशिप हम मतलब अंदाजा लगा लेते हैं कि इस ड्रग की क्या एक्टिविटी होगी या फिर क्या मतलब प्रिडिक्ट कर लेते हैं कि ये इफेक्ट होगा, ये एडवर्स इफेक्ट होगा। तो फार्माकोविजिलेंस में हम उन प्रिडिक्टेड एडवर्स ड्रग इफेक्ट को रिकॉर्ड करते हैं या फिर अनप्रिडिक्टेड एडवर्स ड्रग रिएक्शंस को रिकॉर्ड करते हैं?
Dr. Shivam,
Yeah, I think हाँ या है। सो बेसिकली फार्माकोविजिलेंस में हम सब कुछ रिकॉर्ड करते हैं, जैसे दीपेन ने कहा, ड्रग इनइफेक्टिव से लेके ड्रग का क्या यूज आया और या उसका क्या साइड इफेक्ट आया, वहाँ भी हम रिकॉर्ड करते हैं। और अगर हमें मालूम हो ये साइड इफेक्ट हो सकता है, फिर भी अगर बेनिफिट रिस्क का हम रेशियो देखते हैं, हम सोचते हैं कि नहीं रिस्क कम है बेनिफिट ज़्यादा है, फिर और जो साइड इफेक्ट हो रहा है वो माइनर ही साइड इफेक्ट है, हम उसको भी रिकॉर्ड करते हैं। तो फार्माकोविजिलेंस बस कलेक्शन ऑफ डेटा है, और उस डेटा अगर बहुत सारे साइड इफेक्ट्स शॉर्ट टाइम में नोटिस हो रहे हैं तो डेफिनेटली वो एक सिग्नल बन जाता है हमारे लिए। एंड जितना डेटा हमारे पास है उतना हमारे पास स्ट्रॉन्ग आइडिया होता है कि कौन सी दवाई किसको कब प्रिस्क्राइब करनी चाहिए।
सर एक वन मोर क्वेश्चन जी सर,
जी।
एक मतलब मिनिमम परसेंटाइल तो होता होगा किसी भी ड्रग का कि इतने केसेस आएंगे या इतने परसेंटाइल पे एडवर्स ड्रग रिएक्शन आएंगे तो ही उसका रिकॉर्ड होगा, वरना हर तरह के पेशेंट हैं अपने इंडिया में, तो कुछ ड्रग
हाँ,
इंटरेक्शन की वजह से भी एडवर्स ड्रग रिएक्शन आ सकते हैं, तो ये मिनिमम परसेंटाइल तो आई थिंक होगा।
तो मिनिमम परसेंटाइल तब डिपेंड होता है जैसे जितने रिएक्शन आए, फिर वो रिएक्शन हमने रिपोर्ट करे उस कंट्री के अथॉरिटी को, फिर वो अथॉरिटी उनको नोट डाउन करेगा। एंड सडनली अगर उसको लगा किसी टाइम कि ये मेडिसिन जो है, एक एक रिएक्शन होते क्लिनिकल ट्रायल में और एक रिएक्शन होते जो अप्रूव हो गया उसके बाद, तो अगर अप्रूव हो गया तो अप्रूव्ड मेडिसिन को रोक भी दिया जा सकता है, और अगर क्लिनिकल ट्रायल में किसी फेज में पकड़ा गया कि नहीं ये तो ज़्यादा ही डेंजरस मेडिसिन है, तो वो फेज में स्टॉप भी हो सकता है वो। और ये रिएक्शन जो है मतलब एक परसेंटेज हम जनरलाइज इसलिए नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि कोई मेडिसिन का बेनिफिट बहुत ज़्यादा है जैसे लाइफ सेविंग मेडिसिन है, मैं आपको इनफैक्ट मेडिसिन क्यों, अगर आपको हार्ट अटैक आया से फॉर एग्जांपल, तो हम इलेक्ट्रिक शॉक देते हैं पेशेंट को हार्ट में, राइट, तो ताकि उसकी हार्ट वापस से रीस्टार्ट हो जाए। 100% ऑफ द टाइम जब भी हम वो देते हैं, स्किन बर्न्स होते हैं चेस्ट एरिया में, और वो सीवियर स्किन बर्न्स होते हैं, बट और वो एक सीवियर रिएक्शन भी है, बट अगर आप उसको देखो कि वो लाइफ सेव कर रहा था उस पेशेंट की, तो वो तो बेनिफिट रिस्क रेशियो में बेनिफिट इज मच मोर देन द रिस्क, कि बस स्किन ही तो बर्न हुआ है, जान तो बच गई बंदे की। वैसे ही, और बट अगर आप पैरासीटामोल ले रहे हो, और वो पैरासीटामोल आपने लिया और उससे आपकी पूरी बॉडी में स्किन रिएक्शन हो गया, पूरी बॉडी में रैश हो गए, तो वो तो अनएक्सेप्टेबल रिस्क हो गया हमारे लिए। तो डिपेंडिंग ऑन द नेचर ऑफ द डिजीज, किसके लिए हम ट्रीटमेंट कर रहे हैं, किसके नहीं कर रहे हैं, ये फैक्टर्स चेंज होते रहते हैं, एंड ये जजमेंट फाइनल कॉल जो होता है वो उस कंट्री का अथॉरिटी ही लेती है, मार्केटिंग अथॉरिटी, राइट।
Thank you, sir.
वेलकम।
Good question, Kapil. Kapil, are you from pharmacology?
No, sir, pharmaceutics.
Okay, but good question.
Thank you.
Yes.
Any other query from any other student? Deepen, this is clear from your presentation also, and otherwise also, that all the students, whether they are pursuing their PG in pharmacology, chemistry, SUTEX or Pugnosi, they all are eligible for pharmacovigilance job profile, right?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
When you interview or whenever a student apply for pharmacovigilance vacancy, how the company selects among those resumes, because most of the students, they are freshers only. Is there any specific criteria for that?
Actually, that depends on the requirement in the company. If the company is looking for the people, let's say they need the 1 year experience people, so they will just go for the 1+ year experience people. And if they are hiring freshers, for them every resume is same. It doesn't matter, they don't check if it is from pharmacology, pharmaceutical, although the pharmacology person will be having the good knowledge about the medicine and side effect and the reactions. During the interview, he or she can tell the technical questions very easily. So but altogether they are not going to be segregated based on their specializations.
Okay. And is there any software or something like that which helps in screening the candidates or the resumes the students have applied? I'm not sure, but I have heard like that. I just need to confirm.
If I would say about our company, they have their internal portal, and on which at the back end I don't have access because that is taken care by HR. But what I suppose is they do mention on the portal, like they need the referrals, like 5 pharmacovigilance associate they need. They do mention in bracket 0 to 1. That means fresher can also apply, or the people who are having 1 year of experience. Which is why I was saying, if we should not left any company before completing 2 years, so the next company will give you the fresher package only, and they, for them, 0 to 1 is equal to fresher.
Okay.
1 year experience will not help to the company. So that can give you little bit high, just otherwise it will be a question on your in long run on your career, like the person is not stable.
Right. One more general question, Deepen. It's not from pharmacovigilance, but because the students are connected over here, BPharm as well as MPharm students. Nowadays, what is happening, the students generally wish to opt for a job in nearby areas. What are your views regarding that?
Actually, this is because of the COVID. They are also, hearing the news like uh, companies are giving the permanent work from home, or they have done their studies during the COVID time from their home. So everyone is got adapted or having some, more facility if they are
That
getting the job at their
that's
home only. But as a fresher, I would not recommend this. We should be open to the every possible industry. Once the fresher tag will remove, you will be having more of the having more of the open doors, wherein you also get the work from home facility or permanent work from home. As a beginner, we should be, it is I would say our struggling phase. So at least for 2 3 4 years, forget everything, just focus on your learning part. Don't bother about the package much also, because there is lot of competition in the I would say previously it was like everyone is doing btech btech btech. Now trend is changing, as people are more attracted towards the pharma. And I have seen the pharma colleges are full, and btech seats are vacant. So it is going to be more struggle in near future for pharma student as well. So instead of getting into these we should be joining the industry if we get the near about our hometown, or if we are getting the permanent home work from home. So this would not be solve the purpose. We should go outside, we should be interacting, at least some manners and some things we learn when we are going daily to the office. That creates the punctuality which are required at the initial stage as well, and which we can learn at the initial stage of our career only. We have in my team as well, we have two employees which has joined recently. They are pass out from the Naipur, I guess Rai Bareli, and both are joined from the Ahmedabad office. And I am not going to the office. I am from working from the home and in Delhi. So I also asked them, why you are coming to the office? You can also work from, where is your PG near to the office and all. But he said no, he get bored working from the PG, and he want to come to the office because of the office ambience. He got the chance to interact with the people. We when we interact, we got so many things to learn. So it is always better, at least for the freshers, to go to the office, or work from home is not a very good thing for the fresher, I would say. By this we will limit ourselves only. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Deepen, I do agree with you. Nowadays, just because of COVID, we have shifted to online mode. Of course, there are advantages of such kind of platform, as we all are connected over here with you. Otherwise, we won't have got this opportunity to connect with you and Dr. Shivam. And we all are making benefit of this kind of platform. But of course, when we talk about and when we compare between online and offline programs, definitely there is no substitute for offline interactions, or the platform or the learnings we do learn during offline interactions, or one-to-one or face-to-face interactions. They are not at all replaceable in any way, right? And of course, you have reflected upon regarding the packages in initial years. The students, they also expect much, because they invest a lot of time, around 6 years, in their education, and money and energy, everything is there. And of course, all the students, most of the students, not all, I must say, most of the students, they are hardworking students, and they prepare for MBBS, and they take pharmacy as their second option. And they have their own kind of expectations expectations the students, and of course that is the truth, bitter truth. We all should understand that during the initial years, it is like an internship, you can say, because the companies, they don't pay much initially, and you can take it as an internship, and you are getting just like some amount of money just to have experience in various kinds of companies. So if the students take the things like that, then only it would be much easier for them to accept the truth or accept the realities, or to cope up with the situation. And you have also highlighted the same. And any other query from any other student?
Ma'am, I would also like to add some points here. Like we are working offline, like I mean, sorry, online, and we have decided to go to the office twice in a month. And when we go to the office, nobody want to work. They just want to gossip, chit chat, and all. So that creates, you know, a kind of stress buster as well. And we decided to, from the next month, a potluck. Potluck means everyone would bring some homemade things and we will eat together. So these bonding are necessary for team building. And sometimes suppose if we are chatting over the teams, or if we are sending some normal emails, but that email don't express the, you know, gestures of the person who is sending the email. So that also creates, you know, some little bit stress, like XYZ person has sent me this email, what would be the intention of him or her. But if we are working in the office and we also discuss, yeah, मैंने तुझे एक mail भेजा है वो देख लेना, yeah, मतलब, you know, casual things are like that. So every time we cannot call over the, if we are sending email, we cannot always make the smileys in the email, so that people, the person should not be felt like offended and all. So these interactive sessions are must. And initially I would must say, the when we come to the industry, we are everyone is, you know, like a, you know, having the some soft you know, about the doing your work. It is nothing about like usne mere ko aisa bol diya. No, everyone is having their set of responsibility. We should not take the things on the personal ground. No one keeps on any grudges inside them. Everyone is having different duties and they need to perform their duty only as per their KRAs. Okay, so duties are defined. So these things require you know, year of experience to get adapt on. सो मेरे बोलने से कुछ नहीं होगा. स्टार्टिंग में ऐसे मुझे भी लगता था, मुझे इसने ऐसे बोल दिया, ऐसे कर दिया, बट नाउ आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड दी, भाई उसने मुझे कुछ बोला है तो मुझे इसमें कुछ बुरा मानने की बात नहीं है, मेरी कोई गलती है, बोला काम है, उस वो we should learn when we are going to the office. So going to office is, you know, necessary at least during the initial phase of the life. And coming to the package thing, there are companies which offer the good package, like Parexel in Chandigarh. The students are very smart, they also know, and they offer the good package. But the disadvantage is that they only give you some tab particular, like the Puja need to take care of the patient tab. So she keep on updating the patient tab, that's it. She would work like a horse होता है ना, जैसे कि साइड में उसको देखना ही नहीं है, ऐसे ऐसे चलना है, ठीक है, उसको पैकेज अच्छा मिल जाएगा, सब हो जाएगा. फिर वो वही दूसरी इंडस्ट्री में ट्राई करेगी, उससे पूछा जाएगा कि अच्छा पूजा आपको क्या क्या आता है, फिर वो बोलेगी जी मुझे तो सिर्फ पेशेंट टैब के बारे में पता है. नहीं, तो फिर वो these things will not work. So I should recommend, if we only think about the package, there are companies, big organizations especially, they don't give you chance to learn the into the multiple directions. So we should go to the companies like wherein you will get the more exposure depending on your accountability, depending on your credibility. Okay, so there must be the package, there can be the package, less package, but your chances, your learning, your growth would be the more. Okay.
Yes, Deepen, I do agree with you. This is very important information you have provided for the students, because in initial years, the students don't have a vision about their jobs. They think about package, they think about their surroundings. Of course, sometimes they think about the company name or the company profile also matters to them. But later on, when they grow in their career or in the later years, they become more clearer regarding all these aspects. But if they are having the knowledge in initial years, how to choose a company, how to select a career option, taking all these aspects together, then only they would be able to select or make a right choice for themselves. And of course, we all are social animals. Humans are social animals. So as you have explained so nicely, we can't go online every time, and that creates a lot of another kind of issues as well. That
Right.
is there. Any other query from any other student? Yes. Okay, one last. When yes, when any student wish to apply for job openings, so where should they go for? Matlab, how they should search for jobs? Nowadays, LinkedIn is very popular. I mean, from where they should search regarding all such kind of jobs? What are the options available nowadays?
First source is the company website or portal, wherein they
Okay.
do mention like we have openings for fresher, do apply. Second option is LinkedIn. Third option is their private, job providing sites like Indeed or Naukri.com, and there are multiple. Okay. Fourth option is from their friend, from their seniors. Okay.
Their networkings.
Networkings. Fifth option is like TP and college itself is helping. So overall, I would say like you guys are very much lucky that you are getting such concerned teachers who are just looking for your career and who are just doing the best they can do. On Saturday they are arranging such seminars for you guys, and they are asking so many questions on your behalf. And we at that time when we were at your stage during our career search, so we don't have got that much opportunity, or like the platforms were not there. But still you guys are lucky enough that you are getting such kind of deep insight from the, I would say, industry expert, as I can now I can praise myself as well. Although I was sitting at your side 10 years back, but at that time I was also having some questions like you guys having doubts, like relatives क्या पूछेंगे, कितने का पैकेज है, अच्छा कौन सी कंपनी में काम करता है, अच्छा मैं इस कंपनी में ज्वाइन कर लेता हूँ, तो लोगों को अपने आप ही पता है कि अच्छा हाँ विप्रो है या कॉग्निजेंट है उसमें ज्वाइन कर लेता हूँ, कोई बात नहीं वहां ज्वाइन कर लूंगा ना तो पैकेज तो कोई पूछेगा ही नहीं, सोचेगा कंपनी इतनी अच्छी है तो अपने आप ये जूम कर लेंगे. आई नो एवरी ग्राउंड थिंकिंग. हाँ वो मैं सब समझ रहा हूँ. कुछ कुछ को जैसे कि जिनकी शादी भी होनी होगी, क्योंकि पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट के बाद तो मैरिज भी होती है ना, तो घर वाले पूछते हैं हाँ भाई कितने का पैकेज है, नहीं नहीं अब तो तेरे को कोई अपनी लड़की नहीं देगा. तो वो सब चीजें छोड़ दो. बस अपने काम पे और ग्रोथ पे ही ध्यान दो, लर्निंग्स पे ध्यान दो, बाकी सब जो टाइम से होगा होगा. और हाँ, सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज है फार्माकोविजिलेंस में, तो मैं आपको ये बताना ही भूल गया, मुझे याद था स्टार्टिंग में पॉइंट, लेकिन अब बीच में मैं कहीं लॉस्ट हो गया था और टॉपिक कहीं डाइवर्ट हो गया था। सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज है कि अगर किसी को फॉरेन सेट होना है, आई एम नॉट श्योर अबाउट द अदर डिपार्टमेंट्स, बट यस पीवी की डायरेक्ट एक्सपीरियंस को कंसीडर कर रहे हैं वहां पे। मेरे जूनियर्स, मेरे सीनियर्स और मेरे कलीग्स सब सेट हो चुके हैं, मुझे इतनी बार बोलते हैं एक्सपीरियंस, यहाँ का वर्क एक्सपीरियंस पीवी का वहाँ कंसीडर हो रहा है। ऑस्ट्रेलिया कनाडा में तो बहुत ही ज्यादा है, मैंने इतने मेरे जूनियर्स के रेफर लेटर्स अप्रूव करके दिए हैं जो कि उनको वहाँ पे दिखाने होते हैं। तो मतलब चूजिंग, ठीक है, किसी को आर&डी में जाना है, किसी को सेल्स में जाना है, किसी को मार्केटिंग में जाना है, दैट इज देयर चॉइस, बट फार्माकोविजिलेंस में ये आपका रास्ता ओपन है। You can set in foreign after having minimum 2 to 3 years of experience. You guys also must be looking nowadays immigration advertisement at the Insta, LinkedIn and all. 2024 में आप शिफ्ट हो जाओ कनाडा, ऑस्ट्रेलिया चले जाओ, है ना, तो वहां पे आपका जो वर्क एक्सपीरियंस है ये कंसीडर हो रहा है फार्माकोविजिलेंस का, तो ये भी एक आपके लिए बहुत अच्छी न्यूज है।
Very nice, Deepen. Very nice.
Thank you, ma'am.
I think now we can proceed to closing of today's webinar. And yes, Pooja, you can go for both of things.
Excuse me, ma'am, can I ask one question?
Sure, Gaurav, sure.
Good evening, sir, first of all.
Very good evening.
सर मुझे ये पूछना था, जैसे आपने बताया कि जो फार्माकोविजिलेंस का उसका डायरेक्ट एक्सपीरियंस काउंट हो जाता है बाहर फॉरेन में, तो सर इसमें मतलब अलग अलग फील्ड के सर अलग अलग ईयर ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस काउंट होते हैं, तो फार्माकोविजिलेंस में मिनिमम कितने ईयर्स का एक्सपीरियंस हम लेके चल सकते हैं?
At least you should have industry experience of minimum 2 to 3 years. जितना ज्यादा होगा उतना अच्छा है, बट मिनिमम है ये 2 to 3 years.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you so much, sir, for clarifying all our queries. Now, I would like to invite Ashok, IIC Joint Coordinator, to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of all of those who worked hard to make this webinar successful.
Okay.
Thank you, Pooja. Good evening, everyone. I am honored and lucky to have the opportunity to give a vote of thanks in this webinar. So I like the Mr. Sharma's speech where he mentioned about the growth of the pharmacovigilance business, skills required for the pharmacovigilance industry, functions and the responsibility of the pharmacovigilance in our daily life. In this webinar, the way he explains the subject was extraordinarily good. Thank you for the sharing your valuable and knowledgeful and enlightened us. And we will also be thankful to for the remarkable speech of Dr. Malhotra, sir, who briefs us about the medicines, their approvals, role of pharmacovigilance, and the need of pharmacovigilance, why we need pharmacovigilance, and the clinical phases, adverse drug reactions, and the patient case reports, PCR, and giving us the knowledge regarding this pharmacovigilance industry, and also for coming at short notice of the time. I would also like to thank the Industry Interaction Club of the Training and Placement Cell, which provides us the platform to invite guests from the industries and interact with the students, and also the director of the Training and Placement Cell, Sri Pratap Singh Malik sir. And we will also be thankful to Dr. Sunil Sima sir and Dr. Rekha Rao ma'am, who are the coordinator of Training and Placement Cell of the Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences. I would also like to express my gratitude towards the chairperson of Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Professor Smita Singh, who comes on the short notice of time. And I must not forget to the thanks to the club members, Monica and Muskan, and the departmental level, Divimon and Rohit, and other volunteers who comes on the short notice and make this event successful. An event is incomplete without the participation of the student. So I would like to thank all the students for attending the webinar. And I hope that all have you learned a lot in this webinar. So lastly, I would say the ending of one chapter is just beginning of the another. So read on and keep learning. Have a nice day to all of you. At last, I again thankful to all the guests, the faculty members, the training replacement side members. Very thank you and have a nice day.
Okay, thank you everyone. I would like to say special thanks to Dr. Rekha. So she has done the brilliant job, and her contribution should be acknowledged by each of you. And मतलब personally मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जो उनके students हैं ना, उनका तो बढ़िया चलेगा सब. उनकी blessings है सबके साथ. हम सब भी set हो गए, आप लोग भी हो जाओगे.
Thank you, Deepen.
Okay.
I would again like to thank Dr. Shivam for coming to interact with our students at Guru Jambheshwar University of Science and Technology, Hisar. And of course, for you, I am really feeling very nice today कि मेरा ही student आज इस position पे है कि वो बाकी students को guide कर सकता है. तो बहुत अच्छा feel हो रहा है मुझे. And of course, I wish you all success in your upcoming years. Of course, I bless you that you should reach more heights in your life. और आज के contribution के लिए I'm very grateful. I really appreciate the time, valuable time which both of you have spared for us. Thank you once again.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
ma'am.
much. Thank you for having us.
And for Dr. Shivam, Dr. Rekha, मैं आपको बताता हूँ, Dr. Shivam, मतलब he is a very good human being, as well as apart from his, his doctor. So also he has done, free में उन्होंने COVID time के अंदर लोगों को free में ही guide किया, काउंसलिंग की, आई मीन उनकी प्रिस्क्रिप्शंस दी हैं. So he on weekends he also, I'm not sure currently he's also doing or not, but he is apart from the doctor, he is also a good human being as well. So
thank you so much.
Deepen, this I have observed because I am a teacher. You all are, both of you and we all have spared our time and we are doing अलग ही अंदाज चाहिए सबको, एक अलग ही थॉट प्रोसेस चाहिए, अदरवाइज ऐसा पंगा कोई लेगा ही नहीं.
yes, exactly.
वही लोग होते हैं जिनका एक अलग तरह का रहता है. तो और वो है ना कि यूनिवर्स भी ऐसे लोगों को कनेक्ट करता है. So through you, we have connected with Dr. Shivam. So ये जान के और भी अच्छा लगा मुझे. Of course, I wish कि हमारे कुछ students आप लोगों की टीम में आए.
We also wish the same. Let's see how it goes.
How it comes depends on time. But definitely, I must appreciate the efforts done by both of you and very nicely providing insights to our students. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Before
ma'am.
we wrap up the session, I would like to request all the participants, please turn on your camera for the photo session.
अशोक आपका unmute करो, mute है शायद.
For wrapping up the event, I would like to request all the participants, please turn on your camera for the photo sharing.
Ashok, you are not audible.
excuse me, ma'am. Ashok is saying that we request everyone to open, to turn on the camera to, for,
Okay,
for
okay,
some
for group
photographs.
Yes. That I missed. Everybody should open their cameras.
Demon, by the count of 3, you can click the sticker.
ठीक है, thank you, Dr. Shivam. Dr. Deepen ji, thanks a lot.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, students.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.